Pastor Nathan Decker here, reading to the children again. And this morning I wanted to read a story by Dr. Seuss about one of the funniest birds who ever there was, who learned a lesson. And her name's Gertrude McFuzz. So hear the story of Gertrude and how she became satisfied with what she had. There once was a girl bird named Gertrude McFuzz, and she had the smallest plain little tail that ever there was. One droopy drop feather, that's all that she had, and oh, that one feather made Gertrude so sad. For there was another young bird that she knew, a fancy young birdie named La-la-lee-loo. Instead of the one feather behind, she had two. Poor Gertrude, whenever she happened to spy Miss La-la-lee-loo flying in the sky, she got very jealous, she frowned and she pouted, and then one day she got awfully mad and she shouted, "This just isn't fair! I have one, she has two! I must have a tail, just like La-la-lee-loo." So she flew to her uncle, a doctor named Dake, whose office was high in a tree by the lake, and she cried, "Uncle Doctor, oh please, what do you know of some kind of pill that can make my tail grow?" "Tut, tut," said the doctor, "such talk, how absurd! Your tail is just right for your kind of bird." Then Gertrude had tantrums, she raised such a din, and finally her uncle, the doctor, gave in. He told her just where she could find such a pill on the pillberry vine on top of the hill. "Oh, thank you," chirped Gertrude McFuzz, and she flew right straight to the hill where the pillberry grew. Yes! There was a vine, and soon as she saw it, she plucked off a berry and she started to gnaw it. It tasted just awful. It almost made her sick, but she wanted that tail, so she swallowed it quick. Then she felt something happen. She felt a small twitch, as if someone had tapped her down behind by a switch. And Gertrude looked round and she cheered. It was true. 2 feathers, just like La-la-lee-loo. Then she got an idea. Now I know what I'll do. I'll grow a tail better than La-la-lee-loo. These pills that grow feathers are working just fine, so she nibbled another right off the vine. Oh. She felt a new twitch, and Gertrude yelled, "Whee! Miss La-la-lee has just 2, but I have 3. And Miss La-la-lee-loo sees this beautiful stuff, she'll fall right flat down on her face, sure enough. I'll show her who's pretty, I certainly will. Why, I'll make my tail even prettier still." She snatched up those berries that grew on that vine. She gobbled up them 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And she didn't stop eating young Gertrude McFuzz till she'd eaten 3 dozen, and that's all that there was. That's a lot of berries. Then feathers popped out with a zang, with a zing. They blossomed like flowers bloom in the spring. All fit for a queen, what a sight to behold. They sparkled like diamonds and gumdrops and gold. Like silk, like spaghetti, like satin, like lace. They burst out like rockets all over the place. They waved in the air, they swished in the breeze, and some were as long as the branches on trees. And still they kept growing, they popped, till long about sundown, when finally they stopped. And now, giggled Gertrude, the next thing I'll do is fly straight home and show La-la-lee-loo. And when Lala sees these, her face will get all red. She'll fall down and scream. She might fall right down dead. Then she spread out her wings and she to take off the ground. But with all those feathers, she weighed 90 pounds. She yanked and she pulled and she let a squawk. But that bird couldn't fly, couldn't run, couldn't walk. And all through the night she was stuck on that hill, and Gertrude McFuzz might still be stuck there still, if her uncle, good Uncle Jake, hadn't heard the girl yelp, yelp. He rushed to her rescue, and even brought along some help. To lift Gertrude up, it almost broke all their beaks, and to fly her back home, it took almost 2 weeks. And then it took almost another week more to pull out those feathers. My Gertrude was sore. Ooh. Pulling feathers out of her bottom. Ooh. And finally, when all the pulling was done, Gertrude behind her again had just one. Now that one little feather she had as a starter, that's okay, that's enough, because now Gertrude's smarter. Always be satisfied with what God gives us, because God gives us an abundance of love, an abundance of goodness, and no matter what you look like or how many feathers you have, God loves you, and God made you to be you in this world. Take care, children.